If you got a story to tell, call Craig.
And you know what? Those stories that I do and take it back to Australia. That's what's interesting to people back at home, because they never get to hear these sorts of stories. And I say it all the time, and I probably shouldn't, but the media, not just Australia, but all around the world, it's just you see the bad things, and that's not true. And I had my mum and my sister come a couple of years ago, and they were very skeptical of me moving to Shanghai.
Oh, they should, as anybody, yeah.
And they spent a week here, and they did Beijing and Xi'an and Hong Kong, and they went, now I know why you keep coming back.
Yeah, now I understand.
And it was just, wow, this is really great.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's people that even setting foot in China, they don't open their eyes. And that's a little bit sad, right? China is not perfect, right? And I hope...
Who is?
Exactly. But I hope that at least they are wise enough to don't try to push this discourse that they are perfect and everybody have to follow them, because they don't have it. Like, they discourse to the world is kind of like, well, you know what? Things are going great for us. This situation is a phenomenon that is the result of our own history, so cannot be emulated. So, yeah, of course, they welcome people to learn from their model, but they are not, pushing the model down anybody's throat. So it is interesting, yeah.
Yeah, right. So then you go back to, you do your 6 weeks here in Shanghai, you go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
And then...
fire up.
The story goes, so what was your reaction when you went back? It was like, do I have to go back? It's like, wow, that was amazing? Or was it a sort of long process?
But I remember that it was clear for me was that as I said, I was angry at my country.
Why?
At a situation that, as I said, like, Mexico is big. How come we don't have more Mexicans studying Chinese? Right? And our relationship with China is so important. Why are we not building or nurturing, developing the talents that they are going to kind of like interact with China? Or why is so difficult? Or why only people like me that have possibilities? Yeah. So one thing I was clear at a personal level, learning Chinese, was that I took my learning seriously, because when I came to this scholarship, it was very different from when I started learning Chinese. I started learning Chinese just as let's see what's this, right? This, school that is upside down, yeah? But I really fell in love with Chinese language, and I really studied hard. So I really compete and won my chance to come, take this scholarship. So I came back kind of like, oh my God, how come nobody have told me how to study Chinese? To begin with, we have thresholds that you have to pass, the HSK exams.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have to have an aim. This is not just like, finish this book. Finish this book is where is it taking you? You have to have a clear orientation where you're going. And I did not find it, even when I was researching on my own, not only because my teachers didn't tell. So I came back to my teacher and said, I want to do the HSK. And she was like, the HSK what? It's like she didn't even knew, She didn't even know. So I was like, okay, there's HSK in my mind. Now it gave me kind of like a horizon. I have to do this. And I kept on learning, and I had another opportunity to come to China. And this time was an intensive course. It's like this becomes your job, so to say. I stayed for 2 years. I passed HSK 5. Which is the requirement if you want to study a master's degree in Chinese.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not in that scholarship. I was like, nobody's going to take me out from China until I pass this exam. Because at that time, and after 4 years in studying Chinese, I was like, okay, if I started, my career was here and Chinese was here, like little by little, it intersected. So I saw the opportunity to bring together my career with China. And so for me, it was a logical development to study a master's in Chinese in China.
Right.
So the third time I came to China was with that aim and already satisfying all the requirements to study a master's degree in China.
How difficult was that? Because I'm at that stage where you were at the start, where you've got to have a goal, you've got to have a vision, you've got to. I've been here since 2019, and my Chinese is still at a very basic. I've tried all these different teachers, and I'm a very bad student, just not focused. And I was like, I'm the one going to school. You know, if you're a bad student, come on, you've got to show them the right way. But I just haven't focused enough on it. Oh yeah, I'll do this. Oh, we've got band practice. Oh, okay, no, I got to do band practice.
Yeah.
I can just do Chinese next week, and then it just fades away, and then you go back and you should. You can see the teachers getting angry. Like, I was like, we did this last week, and it's like, no. But there's no focus, no homework. So I think I'm going to give it one more try and really put
Do it for me because I love Chinese.
Yeah. But yeah, we can talk about it later about recommendations of teachers,
Chinese,
or a way to make it easier for me, or I don't know. I'm just stuck at that real basic level, and it's like we said before, it's really
well, I became a Chinese teacher, and I was responsible for creating, designing, choosing the materials, hiring and training the teachers for the Chinese language program in my city, in the university, and later became the first Confucius Institute in the city.
Oh yeah, right.
So I went in deep when it comes to education and creating programs to learn Chinese. Yeah, very passionate about that.
So, what year are we talking now? Like,
so I came, as I told you, I came to study Chinese very intensively. I finished in 2017.
Yes.
So I came back with all this energy and all this knowledge. So that's why I took over this job of becoming the coordinator of the program within the language school of the university. Yeah.
Okay. And then how long did you do that for?
Very briefly, because since 2012 that I came to China for the first time, and because of your question, is like what, that gave me this clarity of purpose in my life is like I have to create the right program to learn Chinese for my city. And from 2012 to 2017, that idea was kind of like in my mind. I was just nurturing this idea, going back and forward. I was happy that I was invited to work for this academy because I had the program in my head. I only needed the organization over it. Right. So I was really thinking, am I going to open my own academy to learn Chinese? But it's kind of like it's a big effort, right? Yeah. So it was the greatest combination. It's like, I have the program, I know how to do it, just give me the space. And then in 4 months, we had it running.
That's always fantastic.
Yeah, from October 17 to January. Yeah. And
what are some of your students doing now? Do you keep in contact with them?
Not really. Probably only one. Because it's just like any language, right? It's kind of like there's many reasons why you sign up for many reasons that you start learning a language, and your goals change, right? Either if you have very ambitious goals, like they just go down, or as in my case, it's kind of they become clear with the time and grow with you. So yeah, it's people just, especially in my city, it feels that China is so far away. So it's kind of just, it's like the chili pepper that they just pass you on the plate. It's kind of, would you like to try? Well, try, but that doesn't mean that this is going to be my meal every day. But when you understand that you need to learn Chinese, it's like you eat that plate every day for every meal all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's my fault. I understand.
No, not fault. Like, don't be so kind of like, punish yourself. No, don't.
I know, but so you go up to 2017, and then 2018 you come back, right?
2018 I came back.
Yeah.
Very early on.
Yeah. What was the reason? It was the same.
I compete for to be part of this program that connect you with universities and scholarships.
Okay. Here in Shanghai?
In China, all China. Okay. I landed in Xi'an, beautiful Xi'an. Nice. I lived there 3 months. I was like, wow, fantastic. It's a flat city with a lot of history. So
yes.
But
the terracotta warriors were
beautiful.
Yes.
So I was just with a lottery ticket to sort of say, because you were part of the program, you knew that you wanted to do a master's, but you did not exactly knew the program at the end, because I wanted to study international economy. That was my goal, but I ended up repeating the program of international politics, which was the greatest decision, the best decision. Why? Because I was learning in Chinese.
Right.
So it's like you really need help. Yeah. So at least all the concepts were already in my head. It's like, oh, okay, now I understand many things. Yeah, but Chinese is difficult.
Back to the podcast, is that topics that you talk about now? International politics?
Yes. Yeah. I don't discuss in this period or this season of the podcast is not about discussing current topics or historical topics, but is the undertone of everything, because it's like, how come people came to China or created this, because of this situation, this policy, Yeah.
And looking at your articles, your resume, your bio, it's Chinese, Latin America come together.
Yeah.
Yep. So what did you do after? So you've been here. You went to Xi'an. Where did you go next?
I briefly stayed in Xi'an in 2008 just for this program to prepare me for coming. And at the end, I was suggested to me to come to Shanghai. I actually was looking to the north. I wanted to study either in Tianjin or Beijing, but in the universities there. I was already kind of like,
focused,
very focused. I'm not that focused in my life. Don't get the wrong impression. In my life, I figured out, the steps. It's easier to explain than when I am taking the decisions. I've been actually what I suffer is that in my life is all confusion. It's like I don't know where to go. I don't have a mentor to help me. So, but in that occasion, it was suggested to me, and I remember the phrase. It's like, Alejandra, I think you would be very suitable for Shanghai. And in that case, it's not only that it's a city that you're going to feel comfortable, but I felt also that I have so many things to give to the city. So that's why the phrase is like, you're very suitable for Shanghai.
Sounds like you're talking like a psychic. Like someone's telling you, you should move to Shanghai.
Yeah, because it was like actually that phrase coming from this coordinator of this program, it was deeper than just, this program in this particular city, because that's very specific. It's more like very Chinese. It's the kind of like, see the whole context, right? It's like, probably it's not the best university, the most prestigious, but that there's a combination of things that maybe is going to result. It's going to be a good match with you, and it did. It was a great experience. Very difficult, I have to tell you.
Why?
Because China is difficult. It's a very different country.
Yeah.
It's not Latin America that everybody embraces you and see you a little bit down, and they push you like a bowl of soup. No, on the contrary, it's kind of like
They just walk straight
if
past
you tip over, they're gonna step on you. This is these are the things that sometimes people outside, they don't probably they're not empathetic enough with us that we are inside. But you were saying, I feel lonely, or like there's a loneliness. The weight of the loneliness in China is a little bit different from it is a different tone of sour than is in other places, right? But yeah, it has to do, and also studying under a system that the pedagogy, the philosophy behind it is absolutely different from what I know. I knew it at a conscious level because of my studies in China, but it's a shock.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to say cultural shock, but it's because I'm always trying to adapt and understand. But it was kind of like a big. It's not like hitting your head against the wall. It was the whole world, smashing you down. It was.
There's 25 million people in this city. That's almost, well, it used to be the same size as the population of Australia. So that tells you,
the dimension, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know Mexico's got quite a lot more people as well, but to come to Shanghai and...
Yeah, it feels... Yeah, for me, I was not impressed by the size of the city, but it's kind of like, I came to China feeling that I came because I'm the strongest warrior. I'm tough.
Got a point to prove.
Yeah, that's why I took this ticket. If I did not know that I could go down hell and come back, I wouldn't sign up for this program. So even having that in mind, knowing that I was going to go through the storm, and being prepared, like I had my batteries like supercharged, but it was like 3 years of a academic program. It just drained me to a level that probably people suffering depression may well understand me. It's kind of like, especially because at that time also we had COVID.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, so it is, people that say, oh, depression is just, brush it off. It's kind of like when you are in this situation where when your brain does not turn on and you tried many things, it's like, give it sugar, give it vitamins, give it air, sports, coffee, and nothing wakes your brain up to read and understand when you need to prepare this paper is horrifying. It's horrifying. But this is a situation when you are in a very stressful, period in your life. What it does, it drains all your capabilities. And it's not skills, right? Because the skills can be learned. It's just this creative energy. And that's the only thing, the only way I can describe this situation, that I was kind of like absolutely drained. But then it's like your human instinct that push you to climb up, and little by little you kind of like recover, and you have to trust, because plants, it's like you chop one branch, it will grow back again. It will take time, but it will, like you have to trust that in your DNA, in spiritual DNA, you have that instinct to climb back up, but you have to give yourself the time.
Yeah, right. And maybe not go into the COVID for yourself, but what did you learn from the COVID period here in China?
Well, the thing that definitely I can tell you, because of what I just explained, is how strong I am. I'm very resilient. That was a acid test, because I was opening my company during those 2022 lockdown and everything. I'm not sure about the statistics now, but
I still think there's businesses out there that are struggling in Shanghai. Maybe not just Shanghai, but maybe everywhere. But they're still trying to catch up, particularly Shanghai, because of that second lockdown was hardcore.
Hardcore, yeah.
I mean, like my door was taped one morning. I was just like, what the hell is this?
What's this? Yeah.
I left both times. I was one of the very few that were able to leave both times. But I was there for the start of both of the lockdowns, and they were intense, very intense. Okay, we're gonna be shut down for 7 days, and here's some food for you, and you can go out, go to the groceries, and fill up your fridge.
Yeah.
And then a week come, and it's like another 7 days. I was like, oh, and then. Oh, it's going to be another 14 days on top of those two weeks that we're just in. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm out. So I was very lucky that a lot of my friends stayed through both of them. And for them to be able to do that and survive and tell a story is just incredible. So very strong. But did it give you that determination to like, okay, so I've been locked down. So when I come back out, bang, 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 I want to do this, and this.
No. I wish I was in this situation, dear. It's my students, because for me it was a very creative moment. I had a dream in February, because it's kind of like, what am I going to do? It's, when you have projects that are both good and you know that you cannot do them at the same time because they take most of your energy, you have to decide, right? So I think I had this dream, but it was not clear which one, right? It's kind of like, okay, the dream was about I need to rescue this ugly puppy. It's like, imagine like a dachshund, mini dachshund, black, with all the hair kind of like in ruins, like it was like a street dog kind of a thing. But I needed to rescue it. And I saw a golden lizard chasing me. So it's that dream, like I woke up kind of like, that is so scary, right? Because you are in both situations. But I decided, or life made me tilt towards creating, because I was already teaching my Chinese language program.
Okay.
There was 1-to-1. I created all the stages, and it was beautifully kind of like linked together, one lesson after the other, and very overall, because it has everything. It's kind of like grammar, vocabulary, culture, humor. Beautiful program.
We need to talk.
Yeah, we're talking, Craig.
No, we need to talk about my learning Chinese.
Like, I will help you, don't worry. But I started this in 2020, so in 2022, because I'm also focused on helping the students understand how they can study by themselves. Because even when you go to classes, you need to take the learning on your hands. So I was creating this workshop that took out, because my program was embedded with these techniques for you to become more and more autonomous. But then I was like, no, I don't want to teach Chinese. I just want to teach on how to use your brain for study Chinese on your own. So I created this program, and that was what kept me alive during these 2 months of lockdown and beyond.
Right.
Because if I wouldn't be doing that, I wouldn't have any money to survive.
Yeah.
No money and nowhere to go. It's like going back home, not possibility. Paying rent, not possible. Food, everything was so expensive. So that's what kept me alive. So it's the sensation. For example, my students, they were in lockdown, kind of like very bored. They had to work, but they were not in their working environment or not doing anything, but they were kind of like in a state, like still. For me, was more like I'm drawing in this ocean, in this dark ocean. So because of my incident, I'm just trying to swim towards what I think is the surface to breathe. So after the lockdown, it was May. So that was like that. It's like to breathing over the water under the storm. It was kind of like all the way until December that year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what changed in December?
Because first the all the policies lifted.
Oh, right, yeah. That green code, was it the green code, right?
Everything was lifted up. Yeah, because for us, especially in education, you always have to have the green code. Yeah, and especially it's like I was doing it less than 24 hours each. Even you have a longer window, but in the process, and I remember observing the process of the test, there were some, errors that, for example, all of a sudden, all the tests that was taken, they have to be deleted in order to restart the program, right? So the test givers did not have the chance to contact you to come back again. So you were waiting for the answers, and then the answer didn't came. Right? So you have to be smart.
Yeah.
So I was doing tests every at least 12 hours around that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, to be always ready to work.
And then it must have kicked off because you're still here.
Yeah.
And you're still doing all these seminars. So let's move forward now to last year and this year. So I'm seeing seminars, I'm seeing podcasts. You've
research
got
presentations, yeah.
So, yeah, when you said to do an interview, I was like, where do you find the time to wind down?
Well, I have a very chill life.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Because I'm in this period of my life like a retiree. Sometimes I think myself as a retiree, the eyes that just, they walk out the door in their pajamas to buy fish and put it in the Chanel bag. Yeah, I'm like that, that's, in a way.
And you're doing talks as well, like, so tell us the latest one that you've done.
The latest one was the anniversary of the association.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big
Congratulations.
thing. Yeah, congratulations to all of us, all of us. Yeah, it's a big project that the idea behind it is to create an environment and provide information in order to intercultural leaderships to sprout. So we want to nourish intercultural leaders. So that means that they are a very specific profile of people that feel comfortable in multicultural environments. But the leadership part is because they need to understand that their role is to lead, organize, to create value.
Great.
Yeah.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And what do you have coming up? Like, what's the plans for the future? Well, it's very bright.
Very bright, as always. Well, there's in China, as a foreigner, there's nothing written on anywhere. Nobody, you cannot take anything as a promise. The only promise is that they can kick you out anytime, right?
Yes.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Is, yeah. So you have to live like that, like jumping from rope to rope. But creating, right? It's like creating with the hope that you're going to last for many months in order to sustain the project, but without the feeling of being clinched in order to kind of like let go if you need to let go, right? So for me, this year is a lot of work towards developing this association.
Okay.
We have a program that I want people to join. For me as a creator of educational programs to continue, there's a book being created at the moment around learning Chinese.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and cultural exchange.
And has the Mexican embassy gotten involved with your projects?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, because it's very wise as a professional, you know. In the very early days that I came to China, I contacted not only the diplomatic missions and offices, but also much more like the chambers and groups and everything. So in order to learn what is being done, right? What is, you know, the benchmark, what people are doing, who is doing what, right? So I've always been connected through the cycles of many people coming and going, and always with a good proposal. So at the moment, for Mexico, it's very important for the government to keep on pushing this idea that we need to reach equality, that women are important subjects for policy. So my association actually, you know, ticks many boxes within this global strategy. First, because it's a series of activities for women, made by women.
Right.
And also because it has a sense of community. And it's very interesting because it goes beyond my country. Like I'm a multilingual, so I see the possibilities beyond the Mexican identities. Like everybody that speaks Spanish, doesn't matter that they were not born in a Spanish-speaking country, but they are all welcome, males and females.
Right. And in 2026, what is the relationship like between the two countries, Mexico and China?
Well, the situation of Mexico and China is unfortunately mediated by our geographical situation. There's an old saying, given to, this quote is always said by the dictator Porfirio Diaz. Everybody says that he said that, probably he did not. But it goes like that. It's like, poor Mexico. We are so far from God, so close to the US. So, yeah. So this is our situation. It's a great country with great potential, right? It's a great geography, huge territory.
Yes.
Beautiful people.
Where is it ranked in the,
It's 14.
dancing, music?
Oh, yeah. We are top 5 of the greatest destinations, so tourist destinations, especially if you want to see nature and culture and history, right? Gastronomy is also always marks tops, right? Sports, you know, extreme sports or adventure. So it's a great place. People is amazing, but we are, this neighbor, I was called in to consult about in this international environment, especially the abduction of Maduro, the president of Venezuela. I was asked what was my opinion as a Mexican, and I was like, we have had this neighbor for 250 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we this has been our, the threat, everyday threat. So unfortunately, I'm from the position, if I know that your podcast is not about being too serious, but I am. So in Mexico, there's 3 ways, if you want to see it in very simplistic, 3 strings that tied us economically. Out of these 2 strings, 2 benefit only China and hurt Mexico, right? And what are these 2? One is because we are importing a lot of goods that are cheaper, and that kills industry in Mexico because we are a highly industrialized country in comparison to other Latin American. We are not Australia or the UK, but in comparison to our region, we are highly industrialized. So it's killing our industry. The second, we are different from Latin Americans that all their economy is complementary with the Chinese. For example, Chile sells copper, Ecuador sells shrimp, right? Mexico, we don't really trade with China, because China and Mexico produces the same things,
Oh, yeah, right.
manufactured products, and we all have the target market is the U.S. So for this second reason that we have ties with China is we are competing. We are like we say in Chinese, 对手 is enemies, right? I think that because of the third reason, you should not make the decisions like, oh, well, what is more, like 2 against 1. For this only reason, Mexicans should get closer to China, is because China and Mexico are part of the global production chains. So China adds value of certain products that then are exported to Mexico, and Mexico adds value and then re-exports them. So that is very valuable, because that a small percentage of value that is added in Mexico, if you see it, the productivity per unit is much, much higher than many other industries.
Right.
And it is the industries that employ the most people, and they protect more or there's possibilities to protect more the employment, and the salaries are higher, more technical, and also because to satisfy this value creation, you have to create mini chains across the industries in Mexico, and also those chains they're highly productive. So because of this third reason, I'll say you have to think of the world in a different way. So this is a mistake that everybody's doing, right? They're thinking using the theory of David Ricardo, right? Is the UK, the English economist that says Portugal, they have the conditions to produce wine very effectively, and UK has the wool. So therefore, instead of doing anything else, they just should focus on these two products. So you assume that then the trade will match out, right? But in 2000, at the end of the 20th century, beginning of the 21st century, that logic does not apply. So back in the day, having a trade deficit with one single country would be a red flag. But in the 21st century, having a deficit with one country does not tell you the whole story. So Mexico has a huge deficit with China. Yes, but thanks to that trade, we are a highly export country. So most of the most valuable export, because Mexico is a big country when it comes to the volume and the value of the exports. We are a big player, and we are a big player only because we are with close ties with China. Right. So if we chop that off, we're gonna, it's like, unfortunately, nobody is seeing this other reality. And I think smart people in the world, smart consultants and economists, should be looking at relationships under that light. Unfortunately, because of all the things that I can also explain in the realm of geopolitics, it's understood why the United States decided in 2010 that China was the biggest threat. There's many, but in the realm of the politics and geopolitics, but in the realm pure global trade, China is the best answer for any country's problem.
Two things. One, does Mexico have oil?
Yes, we do.
So
we are not part of the organization of oil producing countries. Venezuela is. And when I was a child, that was the problem being analyzed. We were highly dependent. Our foreign income, dollars, were highly dependent on the exports of the oil, and that's why when I was a child, we went into the crisis because all our foreign debt was backed by oil. So we were very sensitive when the prices of oil dropped. Also, in Mexico, we have lots of petroleum, but the quality of the petroleum is not as good as Venezuelan or other countries. And also, what is interesting to us is to refine the oil in order to produce many other goods, which is actually the biggest part of the business.
Right. Okay. And the other thing too was, because I was going to say that the Australia at the moment, all I'm seeing on the news is there's like 40 petrol stations in Australia have no fuel, and it's just getting worse and worse. And we're having to sign deals with Indonesia and Singapore to get more oil into the country because we're so far away from everyone.
Yeah.
And now that the war's happened, all of a sudden it's been shut down. So hopefully they can get that fixed up. The other thing, before I forget, I've got 1,000 questions going through my mind. With the podcast, a couple of times I've had some hairy moments with what the content of the podcast is. So with yours being international politics as a subject, have you had any trouble here in China, like putting it on Chinese platforms, or is it being pretty cool?
No, because it's not political.
Okay.
As a upfront, I'm not doing an editorial podcast.
Right. Okay.
I'm just interviewing people, and there's people like everybody that sits with me to talk is people that are creating programs that or projects that rely on both worlds. So
Great.
actually our commonality is that we defend this bridge of communication, right? Because if that was not the case, our projects could not be. So we are, like, we don't say it, but you can understand the benefit of communicating, have good relationships with China and with the Latin American countries or Hispanic countries. The only, but there have been a few during the interview, or because of the person represents something, say there's hot topics. I'm not a person that avoids hot topics. Why? Because I know that my intention is not to steer low instincts in order to get likes, right? It's kind of like we need to tackle the issues.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's also informative. It's like everybody's just whispering and gossiping about it. Like, what is the truth? It's like, where's the data, the facts?
Yes.
For example, religion in China. It's like, we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not taboo to talk about. Like, it's a law. There's processes that are fair, right? And there's negotiations, like the Vatican negotiate with China.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fair.
It's really good.
It's fair.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Let's get to the close. I think we could talk for another 2 or 3 hours.
Oh yeah, especially my topics. I can go on and on and on.
But tell us your social medias. Where can we find you for international listeners, Australians, Chinese listeners?
Yeah, definitely podcast. You can obviously hear it in Chinese and Spanish, but also the subtitles in YouTube in any language. How to find the podcast? Type in any search engine the nickname ENCXXTROS.com, or that is the name. You can go to our website, www.encxxtros.com. And it's a merge of the Chinese title and the Spanish title put together, and it's a very good way to find me on top. You'll find me. We are in YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, in China, Bilibili, and Himalaya. It's 45 an hour long interviews, it's worth it to sit down and listen.
Great. I try and do it 45 to an hour, but
yeah, but it's sometimes difficult. Interviews, long interviews of many topics.
If you got good material, I mean, it's hard to cut down.
And that's the standard. Like that's the business standard. All the like Joe Rogan, 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not Joe Rogan, but yeah, it's like a good conversation is an hour long. Yes.
That's right. And you don't have to listen to it in one go. You can
split it, stop it. Yeah.
Go to the gym. When you're in the shower, whatever.
Yeah, cook.
Some cliche questions.
Yeah, cliche.
My favorite cliche. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Oh, that's a good question because I don't know. Yes, well, I remember very meaningful is an Indian boss that I had. That he misinterpreted something that I was doing because I can avoid to have like American background and I was in Europe, right? So he said, Alejandra, do you know why the lion never attacks the leopard? It's not that the lion, because the lion is stronger, you know, it's always gonna win. But the lion never attacks like the lower level because even when you win the fight, you're gonna get scratched. And that little scratch, it may be the end of your life because you get infected or the animals come after you. So it's a very good advice that as a leader, sometimes you have to restrain your impulses, especially me with these tendencies of that, because the leaderships, we are like hot-blooded people, is that even when you can kind of like stomp or like smash the, you know, kind of like hit the table, you have to cool down because, you know, the waves that you create, you never know how they want to ripple, you know, the ripples come back. So it's kind of cool down. Like you're big enough, you're going to win. But winning is not necessarily a good result.
It's one of the best answers I've had.
Yeah.
Good job. What about if you were to go back in time and visit a young Alejandra, maybe 12, 13 years old, what advice would you give to her then?
But not advice. I would just sit down and see that strength. It's like, I wish I had the energy, the power, the resilience that I had when I was like 15, 20, 25. I was like, oh my God, girl, like, I don't know. In that, you know, how can you put in that little body all that energy? Yeah, I wish I can, you know, get some of that. I was very strong.
Bottle it up.
Yeah, it's like, pass it to me. It's like charge batteries. It's just like I'm an old lithium battery. It's like the more you recharge, the less capable you are. It's kind of like, yeah, like I cannot recharge 80%. Back at that time, I was kind of like shooing kilometers. Yeah.
That's great. All right. Last part. So I want you to tell me, I'll give you some topics and you tell me your top 2 or 3 favorite of all time as of today.
Okay.
And if there's a little story behind it.
Yeah, give it to us. Give it to us.
Okay. So first one's music.
Music. Okay.
So as of today, who are your top 2 or 3 favorite artists or musicians or bands?
Yeah. Top is Julieta Venegas y Natalia Lafourcade. English speakers, unfortunately, they don't know about anything about that. It's encapsulated in Hispanic culture and Mexican culture. They are amazing artists. How you describe an amazing artist is because they are creators. So they are self-building and they are able to compose in many instruments. So yeah, these 2 women, they have lots of things to say.
When are they going to come and do a tour of China?
We have to organize it. We are the exact people to do
right.
that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
It's kind of like
bring them over here. I'll promote it.
Well, at least for now. Like, I've been doing it. I'm a doer. So I've been creating audience for them, because you have to have enough audience in order to bring these big names.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, Julieta now in Mexico.
Fantastic. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass you some. We can do a podcast only on Natalia Lafourcade, huh?
I'm sure we could.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Okay, that's number 1. What's your second one?
Julieta Venegas.
Okay.
That's another Mexican musician, composer, very famous. But she's not as famous as she should, I think, because she is even better as a musician than Natalia Lafourcade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Food, cuisines. What are your top 3 international cuisines?
Oh, it's so difficult. Well, being a Mexican, of course, right? Being a Mexican.
Very underrated.
Really?
No, I think it should be more like it's Italians. I'm sorry, Italians.
But
Mexican Chinese, so they're on a par for me.
Yeah.
I'm always scoping out the one on Fu Min Lu. There's a Mexican restaurant there.
Yeah, the cantina.
There was one. There's one. There used to be one at 158. Well,
in general, because one thing is your mouth liking something, and another thing is your stomach. I don't want to fall down the digestive system, but it's like as a overall body. I'm a Mediterranean person, so it's kind of like, give me oil, vinegar, fish, cheese, bread, wine, and that's it. A leaf of lettuce. I'm done. Very simple. Yeah, but it's like invitation to everybody to explore Chinese cuisine, Mexican cuisine, yes, and Peruvian.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Peruvian is top.
There you go. What about your top 3 all-time favorite books?
Oh, that's another difficult question, right? Because there's books that
as of today,
I reference a lot. A book that I would definitely recommend is Irene Vallejo.
Okay.
She has been very lucky that the world of the publications houses, they have kind of like, and the institutions, they have really embraced her creation. She's a very solid researcher and a great writer, and she has this book that is called in Spanish El Infinito en un Junco. Infinito, like infinity, and junco is the plant of the papyrus paper. So she does a very deep research on the creation of books and the kept of the books, and is the main subject of this novel.
Right.
So yeah, it's really worth it to take a look. Other books about I when I was teenager, very young, 12 years old, I read Anna Frank.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
I visited her.
You did
the house. Yeah, it was great. The museum as well. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very nice. Esther Tusquets, she died already. She I loved Mexicans. Cristina Rivera Garza. She was very close to win the prize, the Nobel Prize for Literature this year or last year. Yeah. Cristina Rivera Garza, very prolific writer, and she's still alive. So yeah, and the books are translated into English, so it is worth it to see. She has a very interesting way the prose is very interesting because she does historical research, and she embedded in very intimate situations with also some philosophical questioning. Yeah, so it's really worth it to read.
Are you a movie buff?
I'm not as much as I wish.
Okay.
But
can you give me 3 movies then?
Yes, of course. Okay. I can give you Mexican movies.
Okay.
Any Alejandro González Iñárritu.
Okay.
Any of the movies, especially if you get to to see the trilogy, starting with Amores Perros.
Right.
Is an art. Guillermo del Toro is from my city. He studied in my school, and he's an amazing guy.
Nice.
Yes, an amazing guy. And I would say in Chinese is 就是爱情传话 is 神话 is the mythology, the legend of love. It's a very interesting movie. Recent movie was released like 3 years ago. It's spoken in Shanghainese. And it is, yes, and it's very meaningful because it was recorded around this area.
Right.
And it's about contemporary, debates that people our age have. And also the director is a very young woman from Xi'an, but she fell in love like us. We fell in love with Shanghai. So really worth it to see.
There you go.
Yeah, the legend of love in Chinese is 爱情神话.
Okay, fantastic. If someone from outside of Mexico wanted to visit Mexico, what are the 3 cities that you'd recommend a must see?
A must see, definitely Mexico City.
Okay.
It's 1,000 cities in one city.
Yeah.
So yeah, go
the
no
history,
further.
Yeah.
Go no further. Yeah. The other, you may think Guadalajara was around Guadalajara so much to see, but I really enjoyed Oaxaca. Beautiful city. But this is kind of like the stereotype of Mexico, right? It's beautiful to see, but it's like you have to understand that Mexico is much more. So I would go up north and visit Tijuana, for example. So you will have the balance. Yeah, there's so many, more than 3. Yeah. More than 30 cities in Mexico, right? Sure but yeah, this Mexico City, like if you don't have any more minutes of life, just...
And I'm sure the weather there is like great. Like
diverse.
This cold weather is like not for me.
Oh no! Okay, I enjoy.
Australia, it's hot weather,
I know. It's not like that.
Yeah, I like the summer. I'm looking forward to heating up.
No, Mexico is not exactly.
All right.
Yeah, it's not. Is this?
So in the central, it gets cold in the central. Or?
Yeah, because it's up in the mountains.
Yeah, right.
We have very high heights. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
All right, last one. Yeah, last one. Who is your greatest inspiration or hero and why?
I don't have that, and I'm lacking that in my life. I've always lacked that admiration. I'm probably from the generation that all the heroes broke in front of our eyes, and it's a void, a spiritual void, because we are the generation of the crisis. It's like all the big figures were very short, right? So it's like you don't have anything to look up for. But recently, I've been reading a lot about the books of Tina Seelig. Tina Seelig is not that much known professor. I don't remember exactly which university in the US, but her story, like her professional path, looks as messy as mine. So and she is agreeable. So I totally relate to that. Tina Seelig is she has published very nice books, especially for advice for young people in their 20s, advice for entrepreneurs and people that like to make sense of their creative talents.
Great answer. And did you say you have a family here as well?
My family is all China.
All right.
It's like that. The question is like, oh, don't you feel alone? Yeah. Like this is the second most populated country in the world. You are never alone.
No. I feel Shanghai is like, you look at the calendar and go, it's already like the
25th of March.
The end of March?
Yeah. Where's the biggest?
And in some places that I've lived, that doesn't happen. You're actually looking at the clock and it's going.
2nd of January. Oh my God.
There you go.
How much is it gonna take?
Yeah.
Right?
But here, I don't know about other people, but for me, I'm always like, I can't do that. I'll have to cancel that and do it next time. So busy. And I love it. And that's why I keep coming back here. And
it's not for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody. And I understand that the people that are not here and that like the simple life, but if you like the fast pace,
this is a good ride.
Get here straight away.
Yeah, this is a nice rodeo if you enjoy, being thrown away, like around. Yes. Yes, it's not for people that like to lay back life. No. And
it makes you such a stronger person.
Well, everything, like... Yeah. But it's a good, as Americans, they tend to say, it's like you have to spend some time in the East, but leave before you get too cold, too harsh. Move to the West, but move out before you get too soft. So life is just like that. It's, Shanghai is a very good life experience. Unfortunately, China is not as open as other countries. And in general, the world is getting less open.
It's starting to, but more visas, more people coming in.
But for visiting.
Visiting. Yeah.
It's like, it's okay if you visit. You have to be very talented if you want to come in a work visa.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, well, here, or hardworking. Or tough. Yeah. This is,
There you go. Alejandra, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Craig.
We could have spoken for another 3 or 4 hours, but I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Combining the two cultures together and helping people learn different languages. It's such a powerful tool.
Yeah.
Continue. Good luck with the podcast. Good luck with your business.
Same.
And I'm sure that we're going to cross paths in the future.
Second, I was invited. I heard during this interview that I was invited for the second interview.
There you go, part 2.
To discuss, part 2 of this interview.
The Mexican.
It's like, but on the condition that if we have enough views and enough likes and enough sharings, then I will return. If there's not enough, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna, waste this gold for nobody to listen to. So if you want to listen, type what you want to hear about, and we're gonna be right there with you.
Craig Story Podcast.
Call Craig.